Hey y'all, it's Genesis. This video is on how to time manage in nursing school so you can be efficient and still have a life. So I just finished my first semester of nursing school, and the biggest hurdle for me was time management. I've always been a procrastinator. I always wanted to wait till the next day or last minute to get things done. And even when I studied, I wasn't really studying effectively, so it would literally take me all day long, 8 hours a day, and I just did not have a life in nursing school for like the first whole term actually, and some of the second term. But I've gotten a little better at it to the point where I feel like I can still somewhat have a life outside of nursing school. So I go to the gym 3 times a week. I don't go out every week, but once in a while I can go out. I'm sure everyone wants to have a life while they're in nursing school. I mean, you have to. You have families, you have relationships, you have friends. You just need to get out. I have always had problems with my timing, my time management. I've been late to everything, fashionably late, but I know it's not cute when it comes to career stuff. So I really had to get myself in order and disciplined enough to be good at being on time now. And honestly, I've done a full 360 because you can ask my first job manager and a lot of my coworkers. I was known to be late, like to everything. I didn't manage my time right. And so now I've gotten to a point where I'm like the first one at clinicals. Like I'm sitting there at the table by like 4:30 a.m. before everyone goes in. I've never been late. Okay, one time. But out of 18 weeks, I was very, very proud of myself because of where I came from. So that was never an issue for me in nursing school. Like I impressed myself. But I'm gonna let you guys know how I was able to actually do that and be able to be effective with my time to get things done. In nursing school, I was able to get A's and B's in all my classes. And I'm going to show you guys how I was able to make it so I'm working smarter, not harder. My number one tip is using timers. So I would use timers for everything. And I literally mean everything. Like the time I would take to study and the time I would take to take a break and the time I would take to start to get ready for bed and just like everything. So you really have to be strict and disciplined with your time because if not, you're going to either burn out or you're not going to have enough time to get all the things that you need to done. Personally, for my study time, I would set my timer to 1.5 hours or 2 hours at a time. And my study breaks would be like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Go and eat something. I would really not try to scroll on social media because you're already looking at a computer screen for hours on end. So you kind of want to like rest your eyes, but just do something else. If you have to like really have an escape and watch a reality TV show, like that was my guilty pleasure too. So yeah, I get it. But just remember to take breaks and time your breaks as well so you don't go overboard and finish the entire season of like Selling Sunset when you're supposed to be studying. Yeah, definitely set a timer like an hour and a half before you really want to be like asleep. So for me, I wanted to be asleep by 10 p.m. Therefore, I had to set my timer to 8:30, which meant I had to stop doing what I was doing or finish up and start getting ready for bed. I would be able to make it to bed by like around 9:30 and then get on like social media. And I would even set a timer for being on social media. I would have like a 5-minute timer for Instagram and 5-minute timer for TikTok just to get it out of my system and be able to just like go to sleep. So that worked really well for me. Second is make a priority list. So in nursing school, you're going to have like a million things that you need to get done and you're not going to know where to start. So I would just list everything that needs to be done out on a piece of paper, literally just everything that's on the syllabus. Get your syllabus and write down all of the due dates for every single assignment, every single test, every sims, every like thing that you just need to remember to do. Just write it all on a calendar, like first thing for all your classes. And then, like I was saying, do a priority list. I have colored markers, which I love, and I color coordinate them by the colors of the rainbow. Color coordinate the most priority to least priority, starting from like, well, I didn't have red, but like pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I would go in that order down the list and see which ones were the most time sensitive to like the least time sensitive. And then that's how I would start like crossing things out and making sure that I got the things that needed to be done on time. So that was really like a lifesaver for me. And that way you're more organized. You have everything all laid out for you and you're going in order on the most important to least important. The third one is study smarter, not harder. So this was a huge thing for me to be able to learn how to do. So I don't actually read the chapters, but I know that that works for some people. For me, it didn't because I'm a slow reader and it's hard for me to retain everything. And plus, there's a lot of information that you actually don't really need. You need more like bigger concepts for nursing school, not like the tiny little details of like the biology of the bacteria or whatever. So we have learning objectives. And so instead of buying a book, well, I did have a physical book, but I got the ebook for it instead. And I would F2 search on the search bar, like the keywords, and that's how I would find the answers to the learning objectives that they wanted us to know. And so I would put all the learning objective questions and the answers on a Google Docs, and that's what worked for me instead of reading the entire thing and spending like 8 hours on one chapter. Also, you really have to know your study style. For me, it is Audible, so I loved listening to lectures, like pre-recorded lectures. I would put them on like 1.5. I felt like the teacher was on a roll and I would just listen and really close my eyes or just sit there at my desk, and that was honestly like the best way for me. Some people do like to read, so maybe that is for you. And then some people are more visual, so they need to really like look at the pictures and the PowerPoints or watch YouTube videos if you're a visual learner. And so really just know your study style and stick to that, stick to what works. Okay, my bad. My phone died. So I had to go charge it and then now we're back. But the other thing I was gonna say to time manage best in nursing school is to have the same sleep and wake schedule even on your days off. And I know that you probably want to sleep in or stay up on your days off, but honestly, I'm making cookies. But honestly, you're gonna do yourself a great disservice if you fall off the wagon on your days off, because in nursing school you really have to be on point and it takes a while for your body to get back into the cycle of waking up early and sleeping early and getting into that habit. I would stick with the same schedule. Maybe you want to sleep in a little bit more. I know this is not gonna work for everyone, but it really kept me on point, so I was a lot more productive on my days off. I swear, I need to get a camera. So many pop-ups on my phone and the battery is just like draining. So I would still be productive on my days off. And then last but not least, it's been the same boat as this one, but just get good sleep in general. Whatever you need to do to get good sleep, I know some people are like, I can do 4 hours and I'm fine, but honestly, I don't know. That doesn't work for me at all. I need 8 hours. I need at least 8 hours. If I get 7, I'm good. 6 is like pushing it, but I try to always strive for 8 hours. Your days are so much more productive. Just having that discipline is going to really set you up for success. You're going to be able to think clear. You're going to be able to be efficient. So whatever you need to do in the beginning, I took melatonin to get me there, to be able to go to sleep early and so I could sleep the 8 hours, and then going to sleep at the same times every night really helped too. But before you know it, you're going to be like sleepy by like super early. And the only non-productive days that I can remember in nursing school to where I really just didn't get anything done were the days where I didn't sleep the night before. It's really hard to be productive when you feel exhausted and like a zombie and all you want to do is go to sleep. Just think about your future self the night before and cut the day a little early. And it sucks because you probably still have more to do. But while you're in nursing school, going to sleep early is your best friend. So yeah, those are my tips. Trust me, I know I was a night owl. I was a procrastinator. I was a slacker. But in order to really do this, like, you gotta be disciplined. Even if it sounds like you're in the army. Like, it feels that way, to be honest. But it's only for a few short years of your life. And then you're set, okay? It's gonna build character, I promise. It's gonna really save you in nursing school. So yeah, these are my tips on how to save your time and time manage it better and just be more disciplined while you're in nursing school. So thanks for watching and hope you guys have a great one. Bye.